So, the question, what is the role of the artist? In many ways, it's an impossible question to answer because there are so many answers to it. I mean, we've touched upon some of them already, but it can be many things to many people. And you know, if you deconstruct the question itself, you're basically saying, how does art fit into our commodified existence? You know, what is its purpose? And I don't think art necessarily has to have an explicit purpose, because a lot of the times we're trying to engage with something that's difficult to put your finger on already. And I think what art does a lot of the time is sort of express these ineffable truths without actually looking at them. It's like reading between the lines, basically. And it's the things that aren't said, the things that aren't clearly defined and set out, wherein the power of art lies, I believe. I've been writing a long time, and I have recently, the past 5 years, started thinking about writing as a shamanic journey. It's a very personal, very spiritual thing. I think one of the most important things about art is that it expresses some factor of what it means to be a human being, to communicate something essential that you might have trouble bringing up in day-to-day conversation. One of the things I find myself doing in my own writing is trying to express this thing. I suffer from various mental illness issues, and I find myself struggling to make people understand how it feels, you know, and what it means. And I find one of the only ways I can even get close to it is through poetry. So I haven't written anything especially for the night. I've sort of stepped in at the last minute to fill a hole. But I want to read you this. It's just one poem, and engages with mental illness, as I mentioned. Does the running of your lips help? Does it stop the spreading of the panic, withdrawing bad blood? It was good to cut yourself yesterday, felt right as rain, but adolescence abandons us all, leaves nothing but bruises and breadcrumbs. Others, though, motherfuckers, got that arrested development shtick, playing life like a fiddle. Easy money, easy everything. Easy, easy, easy. Fuck it. It ain't their fault, and you ain't making any friends bleeding on the carpet. Time to play make-believe at being a grown-up. Razor blades up at children. Real men swallow their pain with a handful of blues and a mouthful of whiskey. But oh, the sanctity of human life. Like human life is so fucking precious. Face it, people. We're just another species amongst many, and when we aren't fucking and killing those other species, we're fucking and killing each other. Entire nations have been founded on these principles. Civilizations are born from such foundations. Oh, isn't mental illness such an apt metaphor for the vagaries, joie, and ennui of the late 20th, early 21st century? Isn't it so fucking apt? Oh yeah, baby. Intellectualize the pain away. Sometimes you gotta pull the wool over your own eyes just to function. When you're wallowing in your own filth, it seems ridiculous to to get uptight about the little things. As long as you dress up pretty for the normal folk, make it to work on time, and at least pretend to care, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. If it gets too hairy, a little too much, and you veer into the attention of the medical community, try not to get your hopes up. Chemical castration can only do so much. You'll need distractions. The more intricate, the better. I hear career can be helpful. A focus and release for all those bad thoughts. Take some gentle exercise, a brisk walk around the stairwell if you're lucky. Some fresh air can do you good. Maybe take up a sport, or perhaps something that involves sitting, a hobby, or unhealthy obsession. Neuroses are all the rage with a cardigan set. Nice sit down and a cup of tea, pet makes everything better. World of difference. Just tell me all about it and be sure not to leave out any of the juicy details. I just want to taste, and sympathy is such a good lay. Makes you breakfast but doesn't help with the washing up. Kick that cunt to the curb with a busted lip. Some people do not like to be alone, need the repulsive rub of other human beings. So close they can touch you. It is okay to need. Just don't take more than others can be bothered to give. We are all complacent in this torture garden. The giving and receiving of pain, both emotional and physical, is as natural as shaking hands or sharing breath. You certainly aren't being disproportionate in your charitable donations. The good Lord never gives us more than we can handle. Stiff upper lip, you crybaby fuck! Do you honestly feel that beyond? Have you tried just not being such a miserable cunt? There are starving AIDS babies in Africa. Seriously, what have you got to be unhappy about? Quit attention-seeking and bunning me out with your eyes. I have problems too, but you don't see me desperate and aching, wondering if this feeling will ever go away, with its gnawing insistence that nothing will ever be okay again, despite what your rational brain might be insisting is the truth of the matter. Better just to listen to the hateful whispers as they mutter over and over about your worthlessness and the pointlessness of trying to achieve anything ever, waiting for the words to eventually tire, so you might put yourself back together. Thank you. So, I don't know how well that even attempts to answer the question, but as I've already pointed out, it's a question with a multitude of answers anyway, so hopefully, we'll just say that it did, and it was like, fucking bang on. But, welcome back to the stage, Johnny. He'll be introducing the next person. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a bit of a pile-up happening. The people that are going to perform haven't quite got it right.